to be honest, I was completely, I remember being completely torn because around that time I would have been, if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I would have been a college student who would have probably gotten arrested, which is kind of ridiculous to me. So I identify with both sides. I mean, it was an interesting, it was an interesting thing for me because I was a recording artist, but at the same time I completely identified with, you know, that generation of wanting to have that much music at the same time. And I think that's obviously it's become, and will continue to become, the medium for music. I think that we'll look back, I felt so lucky to be a part of the Hope for Haiti Now disc, and part of that telethon, but I also think that we'll look back, we'll look back on this year, at the end of this year, and we'll look back on this decade, at the end of this decade, being first digital album to go #1. So I think it's a big deal, and I think without the, sometimes you gotta be an outlaw and break the rules, and I think that's what Napster was, and but I think it's obviously shows that you can have a medium of music where everyone can have it, and I continue to love to play live, so hopefully there won't be a way to duplicate that. I can continue to do that, but I completely identify with all of that, and so that was an interesting time for me. But it is ironic that I am playing the guy.
Just a really short request, if you photographers don't mind just taking it a little easy on the photos until the end, just a little distracting over here.
Oh yeah, it's weird, isn't it? In the grocery store. Just kidding, guys. You guys are close, guys.
Mary from ABC in Boston. Good job. That's good.
Thank you.
Saw it, it's great.
Oh, okay. I've probably scared some people.
We've been watching the awards season. We saw you on some of the red carpets. And I was reading that the Best Actress nominee, Gabby Sidibe, called you her dream date for the Oscars. And I wondered if you've read that or heard that and what you make of that.
I met her at the Hope for Haiti Now telethon, and she is extremely sweet. I was really taken aback at how I sort of felt like putting a cocoon over her, because she just seemed like her head is spinning from all of the madness. I mean, a girl walks into an audition, and the next thing you know, she's nominated for an Oscar. So hopefully the people around her are they seem to be good people. She seems really humble and really sweet, and I think I'll be working on the Oscars. I think I'll be able to go to the Oscars. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, she's great. She's great. I didn't know that.
That's a compliment to you.
It's flattering and embarrassing.
I'm at WPGA, the CBS station here, so I'm just wondering, Emmys, Grammys, I think you said that's the coolest award you've ever gotten?
It's pretty cool.
Why is it the coolest?
I mean, maybe because I secretly wanted to go to college and I didn't. I think any sort of, I always say that it's sort of nice to be nominated for a Grammy or an Emmy or what have you, but I find that the thing that is way more gratifying is when you sort of meet somebody and they say something like, I have your, you get letters from people saying, your music helped me through a tough time, or I watched you on SNL and it made me happy to laugh, or those sort of experiences that people have with something that you're doing, I think are more gratifying in a way, because they're part of people's lives. I hate to bust the bubble, or I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but the Grammys are it's fantastic to win a Grammy because you feel like you're being recognized by your peers, but also like they're voted on by a committee. So it's a small group of people. So I find that, you know, I had someone come up to me recently and say, I work out to your last album. I still work out to your last album. And I just thought that was so cool because that means like she took the time to like download my record and she put it in her iPod or whatever. You know? But it means you're a part of people's lives. You know, there's, you know, people, I always say that people listen to you in their car or when they're at the gym or when they're cleaning their house, then you've done something. Yeah, you've done something because that means that, you know, they feel like you're stepping up to be a part of their lives. So I find that those are the more gratifying moments for me.
And now you want to be team made up.
Yes, that just happened. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm Chris Douglas, Channel 7, the NBC affiliate.
Okay, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
I was wondering if you could compare the pressure of performing on stage to what you just went through, and which visit was the most horrifying, Britney, NSYNC, or Madge?
Madge was a lot taller than I remember her being. and a lot bigger, so that was the most terrifying. Although feeding any type of pudding to a grown man is probably have nightmares about that for years. I feel like honestly I feel like every time